Thank you for watching Focus Integration's video notes on 5 signs your manufacturing process needs automation. For more information on this topic and many others, visit our website at focusintegration.com.
Have you ever had that feeling where your manufacturing operation is just stuck? I mean, everyone's busy, the floor is humming, but you're just not making any real progress. You've hit a wall. Well, today, we're going to figure out what's really going on. We're going to dive into 5 crystal clear signs that your manual process has run its course and is ready for a major change. Because the biggest threats out there, they aren't the big, sudden disasters. They're much, much quieter than that. And this just nails it, doesn't it? It's not about some huge collapse. No, what's way more common and honestly way more dangerous is this slow, steady erosion. It's those little inefficiencies, right? The workarounds that somehow become standard procedure. The tiny delays that stack up, one on top of the other, day after day. It happens so gradually you barely even see it. Until one day you look up and realize your entire operation is just fighting to tread water. So to figure out if you've hit that point, we're going to walk through 5 key indicators. We're going to look at what I call the labor ceiling, the revolving door of high turnover, the consistency crisis, something I call the safety tax, and the big one, the growth bottleneck. Think of this as a quick health check for your production line. Okay, first up, the labor ceiling. This is one of the most common and, frankly, one of the most frustrating limits a growing manufacturer can hit. It's that point where the only answer you have for how do we make more is we have to hire more people. So let me just ask you, straight up, a huge new order lands on your desk. What's your first thought? Is it, okay, who do we need to hire? If the answer is yes, then you're probably bumping your head against this very ceiling. And hitting the ceiling comes with some serious headaches. You realize you just can't hire fast enough to keep up with the sales team. And every new person you bring on, well, they actually slow things down for a while because of training. Your overtime budget starts to just explode. It's not for emergencies anymore. It's just how you operate. And you see these wild swings in what you get done from one shift to the next. It's a really expensive and unpredictable way to try and grow. And this brings us to a really crucial shift in how you think about this. It is so easy to see this and think, man, we've got a staffing issue. If only we could find good people. But here's the reframe. It's not a staffing problem. It's a scalability problem. The system itself is the thing holding you back. And that is exactly the kind of problem automation is designed to solve. All right, let's move on to our second sign, and you'll see how these start to connect. I call this one the revolving door. And this is all about those jobs on your floor that you are just constantly hiring for. You know exactly which ones I'm talking about. Just take a second and think about your own facility. Is there a role, that one station, where you feel like you're stuck in this endless loop of recruiting, hiring, and training just to watch that person walk out the door a few months later? Yeah, that's not bad luck. That's a symptom of a much bigger issue. So, why does this happen? Well, it's because these jobs are often just unsustainable for a person to do long-term. We're talking about doing the exact same motion thousands of times a shift. That leads to burnout, both physically and mentally. It could be lifting heavy, awkward parts that just wear down the body. Or maybe the work is in a really hot or cold or just plain unpleasant area. And here's the real kicker. There's often no way to move up or learn new skills. People leave because the job is a dead end. This leads us to our second big mindset shift. For years, the question has always been, who can we possibly find to do this awful job? But automation lets us ask a much, much smarter question. Should a person even be doing this job in the first place? When you automate these draining tasks, you don't just solve your turnover problem, you free up your people for better, more engaging work. All right, sign number 3 is the consistency crisis. This is when you realize that even if you have the most dedicated, skilled team in the world, manual work will always introduce variability. And in manufacturing, variability is a silent killer of your profits. Be honest here. How much of your manager's day is spent chasing down quality problems, dealing with unhappy customers, or just babysitting rework? If you're spending more time and energy fixing problems than you are making good parts the first time, you are deep in a consistency crisis. I mean, just look at the difference. Even your absolute best operator is going to have tiny little variations from one cycle to the next. Maybe a placement is off by a millimeter or the timing changes by half a second. By itself, it's not a big deal. But multiply that over thousands of cycles a day. Now you've got scrap, rework, and bottlenecks all over the place. An automated system, on the other hand, does the same thing, the exact same way, every single time. And here's a really important insight. When you automate a task and get rid of that human variability, the whole process stabilizes. And all of a sudden, the real root causes of your other problems become totally obvious. So automation isn't just about fixing bad parts, it's about showing you how to make your entire process fundamentally better. Okay, let's talk about sign number 4, the safety tax. And I call it a tax for a reason. Workplace risks aren't just about passing an inspection. They represent a real ongoing cost to your business through injuries, higher insurance premiums, and lost productivity. It's a tax you pay every single day. So take a look at your own records. Are you seeing more reported incidents lately? Or, and this might be even more important, are you hearing about more near misses? You know, those close calls that could have been really bad. Those are the warning signs that your current way of doing things is stretched too thin. And this is where automation is just a complete game changer. For high-risk manual jobs, you can try to manage the risk with training and PPE and all that, but you can never totally get rid of it. Automation flips the script. It takes that risk exposure and drives it down to practically zero. Why? Because a robot doesn't get tired, it doesn't get distracted, and it can't get a repetitive strain injury. And think about the ripple effect here. When your team feels safe, valued, and protected, morale goes way up. Retention gets better. And in a tough labor market like we have today, being known as a great, safe place to work, that is a huge competitive advantage. It helps you get and keep the very best people. And now for our final sign. And honestly, for most businesses, this is the real tipping point, the growth bottleneck. This is when all those internal issues we've been talking about start to hit your bottom line by costing you new business. You can see how this all snowballs, right? That labor ceiling caps your output. The revolving door means you're stuck in an endless training cycle. The consistency crisis creates scrap and rework that slows you down. And safety incidents, they can take your best people and your machines offline without warning. It all adds up to one massive problem. This is the million-dollar question. Are your salespeople having to apologize to customers and say, sorry, our lead times are 12 weeks out? Are you having to turn down huge contracts because you know, deep down, you just can't handle the volume? When your own production floor is the biggest thing standing in the way of your company's growth, you know something has to change. And this leads us to our final and most important, reframe. A lot of people see automation as just an operational upgrade, like buying a new machine. But that's missing the point entirely. When you're at this stage, automation isn't an upgrade. It's a growth strategy. It is the key that unlocks your capacity, slashes your lead times, and lets you finally go after the business you've been forced to say no to. So when you put it all together, the labor ceiling, the turnover, the inconsistency, the safety risks, and the lost business, it all points to one simple, undeniable truth. These aren't 5 separate problems. They are all symptoms of one core issue. Your business has successfully outgrown its current process. And that really leaves us with this final thought. Too many companies wait. They kick the can down the road until the problems are screaming at them and the opportunities are long gone. But if any of the signs we talked about today sound even remotely familiar, it is time to change the question you're asking. It's no longer, can we afford to do this? It's, how much is it costing us every single day to not do this?
We hear from a lot of companies that their throughput is hurt by labor shortages, reliability, and safety at the end-of-line palletizing. Focus designed the Cube palletizing cell to solve these problems for companies that need automation without anxiety that comes with it. Your team should not have to become robotics experts to support a palletizer. The Cube arrives turnkey and is up and running, and your staff is trained in a single day. The system is designed for people who actually use it. Deployment is straightforward, operation is simple, reliability is high. The Focus operating system is key to this. If you can use a tablet or a cell phone, you can use FOS. Feedback is visual, faults are explained, and setup requires no code right from the HMI, removing operational obstacles. Remote support from our engineers provide the confidence your team deserves. Focus Lens gives insight to production data, system status, and the ability to view and print shift reports provides visibility to management. Together, these tools provide an easy operational experience, keeping your line running smoothly around the clock. The Cube is designed and assembled right here in Detroit. This is what low-risk automation actually looks like.